Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 142. Jesper wanted to crack the beer when I said welcome. Thank you guys so much for listening. We are actually on Instagram Live tonight. We literally can't see your comments on Instagram Live. So just letting you know we're trying it.
But supposedly we will be able to soon, right? Maybe.
No. So Instagram's kind of, they don't, like, I'm literally streaming it off my phone. I don't even know if anyone can even hear us because it's not even connected through our mics or anything. It's literally just the room. So I'm sure they'll be able to hear us, but it may sound like we're talking.
It sounds like junk.
Yeah, it's probably going to sound like shit. So if you really want to hear the show, come over to YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
So tonight, sorry, I got thrown off by the Instagram thing. I would love for you to review the show. If you love it, go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can also do it on Podchaser. Definitely do that. If you love the show, the reviews help. Also on YouTube, if you want an exclusive content, if you want exclusive stickers and gifts, you can go to YouTube and join that membership. It's only $3 a month. And then Jesper, we keep saying the new Gig Economy podcast. It's not really new anymore.
It's not that new anymore, no. But go to gigeconomyshow.com. And if nothing else, sign up for our newsletter.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then you get emails every time a new episode hits the channel. I guess you can say that. And other cool things we're going to talk. I think you started talking last month about sending out some special
once a month. It's not going to be out. I'm not going to hold myself to a May 1st deadline. It's going to be May. From May 1 to May 31st, you will get a newsletter from us about not just what's going on in the gig economy, but just what's going on in your gig economy host lives and those kind of things. So, Steve says I can hear it on Instagram. I was going to ask somebody to check it to see if it was actually working, but
so can you actually hear us, or can you just hear the show? Is it okay?
Well, being delayed is obvious because Instagram's pulling off my phone, and it's completely live. There's always a delay on YouTube when you run it through StreamYard and stuff like that. But,
correct. Yep.
So I just want to mention our Patreon members: Larry from Bowling Green, Sampson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, Bud Dickman from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, Omar from Detroit, Lindsay from Santa Clara, California, Jamie H. from Tennessee, and Delivery Cats from Michigan, Detroit. Delivery Cats. And just so you know, if you want to join Patreon, which we would love you to do, you can go to patreon.com/gigeconpodcast or just search the Gig Economy Podcast, and we will be doing a Patreon episode tonight.
So what is the special? Why would people sign up and become a Patreon?
Oh, that's a good question. So tier 5, no, there's only 2 tiers.
Tier 1, which is $5.
Yes, tier 1 is $5, which you're calling me on the carpet right now. So we haven't done any pre-show banter in a while. So I think we need to redo those tiers. I think we need to knock the $10, get rid of the $5 and just do a 10. I don't know. I got to redo them. So anyways, just join the $10 tier because I don't know what the fuck's going on with the $5 tier. We're in. So basically the $5 tier was you got pre-show banter and that's about it. But I haven't been doing that because we've been going live Patreon after our episode, so I've been putting it up there as that and giving it to both the $5 and the $10. Right. The $10 tier gets you a piece of merch. It gets you an ad-free version of the show.
Yep.
Of this main show. We don't even have any ads in the other one yet. So
no. But if anybody wants to sponsor in the B side, let us know.
Yeah,
we will definitely.
You can be the sponsor of the B side. I will take your money.
Absolutely. No, this is really cool. But I think the really cool thing here is the merch.
Yeah.
That is your hat, right?
Yep.
A hat like the one. Mine is not. Mine isn't that fancy one. But yeah, so that is a really cool hat or a t-shirt, right?
Yep. After your 3rd month. And I owe somebody. Well, I was trying to give Jamie
Delivery Cats, right?
I don't know if they've been around for 3 months.
Not quite yet? Huh?
Yeah, but anyways. Of course, the Telegram group, and join that. You can talk about gig work or with other workers around the country.
So, speaking of the B-side, last week we had a really good conversation with John, and he is format dasher.
Yeah, his YouTube name is Dash Theory TV, and now he doesn't really do DoorDash. He does Walmart Spark.
Correct. But he'll probably be back once kind of if and when the DoorDash platform in his area comes back.
Well,
it's all of us up and down.
I don't think he was just making any money on it.
Well, yeah.
But anyways, the B-side, let's
listen to it. It's a really good episode.
Tell us about the B-side, Jesper.
Well, so the B-side was, after this year, Jason and I was kind of talking about what should we do. There was something a little bit new this year. And we decided that since last year, we did one every other week. We decided this year we were going to start doing kind of a little bit of a different format the other weeks. And so that's why we called that the B-side, where we are first talking to a gig economy worker and fan of the channel. And the other week we're talking to a gig economy creator.
Yep.
And obviously the big differentiator here is whether or not they have YouTube channels, if they are creating content and the purpose of it and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool stuff. And so far it's done well.
Yeah. That being said, if you'd like to be featured on the show as a gig worker or a gig creator, hit us up. You can email us or hit us up on whatever, every 19 platforms that we're on.
Or you can write us at team@gigeconomyshow.com.
Yeah, you can do that too. If it works. Last time we did that,
it does work.
It was broken. Stories from the road, Jesper, go.
Small, easy guy. I really don't have a ton of stories from the road. 2 weekends ago, I drove a shit ton and did 70 rides.
That's a shit ton of rides for a weekend, dude. I'm telling you.
I mean, I don't really have any particular stories other than the fact that I did some math. Math is never fun.
The rule is on the show we don't do math.
But we realized that, so Sunday I actually drove 6 hours to get to my 70 rides. And I only did 70 rides because I wanted the full bonus.
Well, yeah, that would be the only reason why.
Right. So, but realized that those 6 hours during Sunday, there's absolutely, I mean, they just take down your average.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I only made $200 more than the weekend before. No, than 2 weekends before. And those 2 weekends before, I made $720 roughly, and I drove 12 hours. That weekend with 70 rides, I made $940, something like that, whatever, roughly. And I drove 24 hours.
So you doubled your time on the road, but made $200 more.
I was like, what the? Yeah, exactly. So, I got the bonus. I just wanted to kind of see how much work it actually needed to take.
What's the comment? 70 rides and then 3 rides. LOL.
Oh, that was because last weekend I was going to all go home and go out again. And then Friday was so dead that I did 3 rides in like an hour and a half. I still did almost $60 on because I got a $20 tip cash tip. And then just after that, it was so dead. I said, I'm just going home.
Yeah, I had told Jesper I had gone out with my wife at 8:30. We walked into a pretty, it's Tavern 123 in Studio Park right there. We walked in there and sat down. Like, we didn't have to wait. I mean, 8:30 on a Friday, you would think it would be busy, or right, roughly. And I told Jesper, I'm like, good luck, bro. The downtown, like, I parked easily, like it was nothing going on. So,
and I was gonna go out Saturday, but I was like, no. Then we popped the beer and had a grown-up drink. No, let's not. I think I said Michelle and I ended up going out. We went to Uccello.
Oh, nice. So, good for you.
You got to do that sometime. So
for me, I wrote Banana Scam. That actually happened today. But just in general, I'll be honest with y'all. I am really struggling with gig work right now.
I was listening to Jason today. He's discouraged.
I earned every freaking dollar today hard. It's been a hard week, and I went on this little adventure to be like, oh, I want to grow my business and get a bus route and blah, blah, blah. And I knew there was going to be a year of just turmoil. Like, if I don't get a bus route, because the bus route, okay, it gives me consistent income, but I don't have one yet. I probably won't get one till the fall, which I knew that going in. Right. But like, I can't get on DoorDash, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Like, today or this week, Uber and Lyft rides, the app wasn't going off, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's just been a rough week, and the podcast business is slowing down a little bit, and so it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
But for people, please, Jason needs some encouragement. Okay, so I'll ask that you kind of just email team at gigeconomyshow.com and just say, this is a feel good, encouragement email, and then just tell him everything and tell him all the things you love about him, because I think my body needs that.
What is this, Jerry Springer?
My body needs that right now.
No, it's just been kind of you get those weeks. I think last time we podcast, you had a week because you drank we brought the beer like let's go, and I'm like so you just have those weeks. I don't know what's going on, but it's been a little frustrating. And the problem is I can make money on the weekends,
right?
But like this weekend we're going away. Last weekend Megan worked and I had to drag kids all over the place. So I haven't worked the last 2 weekends. Like I can do the Uber bonus and make $500-600 on the weekend. No, okay, fine, perfect.
Right.
So, anyways,
but the bonus this weekend too, as she said, is it's down $100 from the weekend before.
Yeah,
I mean
same amount of rides, $100 less.
I know.
So,
and we know I'm not going to try that. I mean, why would I chase that?
No.
So,
and then just real quick, if you ever heard of the banana scam, Jesper?
I have never heard of the banana scam, but maybe you can share.
I have heard about it, but it happened to me. So I actually got on. I did every fucking app again today. I did Walmart. I did 2 orders. I did 2 orders on Instacart.
Okay.
I did 2 Uber rides. I didn't actually do Lyft today. I had it on, and I did 3 Instacart and 1 Grubhub.
Okay.
So the second Walmart Spark order, it's like $11, no tip, but it's only going like 6 miles, like 1 item from Walmart. And a lot of people use, if you have that Walmart service, like kind of like Amazon, you can literally get 1 item and get it delivered for free. It's a really great service. People use that kind of like they would use DoorDash or whatever to pick up like a pregnancy test or a COVID test from Walgreens. I picked up one DoorDash today was baby Desitin, the cream, and some like air freshener for like $8. You know what I mean? But anyways, so I get an order. I get there. It's a banana. It's 1 banana.
1 banana.
1 banana. I was like, I know about this, but I don't know exactly how it works. So I get there and I click arrive and I click to start shopping and see it's 1 banana. I was like, oh no, I know about this, but I don't know exactly. So I go to Reddit, of course, in the Spark group, and I immediately search banana scam. And I start reading, and it's like what they do is they order 1 banana. When you're about halfway to the delivery, someone calls. And they act like they're from Walmart Spark, and they try to get your login information.
Oh, my gosh.
And to take all your money.
Right.
So I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. So I get the banana, which is so stupid. I walk through checkout. I scan it. I throw it in the bag. It was 12 cents. It was 12 cents. So I start driving, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be an address. And I get there, and it's fucking so halfway there, they call. Right. Immediately, I have everything. If it's not in my contacts, it gets silenced. Immediately called again, silence. They never tried, never left a voicemail. So I drive up there. It's an actual address. So I was like, what do I do? Do I call support or do I just deliver it and take my $11 and say fuck it? So I go up there and I go to scan it and I put it down, but that needs a customer signature.
Of course.
You know what I did?
You signed it.
So I drive away and I'm like, fuck, I better take a picture. So I drove back, walked up to the door, took a picture of the banana and the address in it, just in case they come back. And I'd be like, they signed it. I don't know what to tell you. So I don't know. It happens all over. Some people say that they're actually sitting in the car. Okay. Waiting for it to happen. And some lady said that they got out of the car and was harassing them. But it had a name, it had address. Ugh. See, what's weird is why did they pick an exact address? What they should have done is put the fake when I would have got there. I'd have been like, okay, then I would have called support. They would have gave me
a field, right? I mean, an address to a field somewhere.
Yeah, they gave me an exact address, and I'm pretty sure no one that was at that house. They're gonna walk out their door, and there's gonna be a fucking banana sitting on the. What the fuck? Yeah, isn't that the dumbest thing? So people either do it with bananas, onions, limes, whatever, just one of everything to try to get them to scam. So,
well, luckily you knew about it. You didn't pick up the phone.
But yeah, I think it's a general thing to think about, y'all. They're never going to call you. Not any app.
Support is never going to call you.
Support is never going to call you. Right. Yeah, the customer would.
Yeah.
But the funny part is the number didn't even match up to the account.
Of course not. No.
Yeah. So I don't know if they spoof it or I don't know what they did, but just like I said, they're never going to come up. They're never going to call you, and don't ever give information like that over the phone. Now, if you call them like support, it's different because you dialed the correct number. It's just like anything. Just be careful. But clearly it works.
Right.
But I didn't think I'd ever I barely do Walmart Spark anymore. We were just talking to John the other night, and I was like, all right, I got a couple, and I got the fucking banana scam.
But you made $12 on it. So
I mean, yeah, $11.79.
So who feels scammed now?
Well, what I worried about after I did that, though, I was like, what if they call and complain? And they're like, we were never there, and then I get kicked off the platform. But, well, I mean, there's a chance.
You have all the proof.
Yeah, I mean,
we're actually talking about that particular additional, an extra level of accountability. I guess we're talking about that later today.
Yeah, for sure. All right, first on the news is it's Walmart Spark, and as I titled this podcast, "Delivering Male Sex Toys, Food Delivery Safety, and No More Surge." For the people that are listening, I'm so sorry. You should come look at the picture, but there's 3 items. It's Hello Cake Stroker double-sided male sex toys masturbator. Now, first of all, why are they selling this at Walmart? I mean, that seems like an intense sex toy. Like, I get like a vibrator. I'm trying to be quiet because my daughter's upstairs as I realize this. Or a dildo. But I don't know why it makes it so much more gross because it's a male one. You know what I mean? Like, I just assume females do, whatever. But like, I got my hand, so I don't need a tool. But anyways, and then a Rolling Stones men's short sleeve T-shirt. I mean, I have to say it. I mean, I'm just, anyways. But I'm like, how does Walmart even?
I have all kinds of comments here.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep quiet because I realize that the noise goes right up. My daughter's probably reading her To Kill a Mockingbird.
She's probably watching the show.
Oh gosh, let's hope not. Oh my gosh,
I'm sure my daughter is.
Oh my gosh, I would have if she popped on and commented. I would die. I would have skipped this story.
Why do you think I gave it to you?
Oh, but anyways, apparently at Walmart you can get whatever you want there.
I just want to know what is he using the T-shirt for when he's done?
To clean up.
Anyway.
All right, moving on, Jesper.
Moving on. So this here is, I was just talking about it a little bit ago, and this is an article about how the headline goes, Uber Lyft drivers need protection from deactivation over bogus rider complaints. And so we talked about rider complaints just a little bit about, and it's not just for riders, obviously it's also delivery drivers or whatever. But the whole idea is, and I think everybody who has been around for a little bit during gig economy knows that there is this risk that we are going to get deactivated for whatever something says. I had actually the night I was doing 70 rides.
Yeah.
Somebody said that I was speeding.
Yeah.
They gave me that note that I was speeding. And I always get, when I speed, which does happen once in a great while.
Oh, come on.
I get that notice from Uber the next day that if like, our system noticed that you may have been a little bit going, whatever that says.
Yeah.
Says. I didn't get it that weekend.
You didn't?
I did not. So I know I wasn't speeding. Somebody else just tried to get a free ride, right?
Right.
And it's this whole thing that we all know that is like, oh, come on. We all have this constant fear, if you will, over our heads that we're going to be shut down over some stupid thing just because one of our clients is trying to get a free ride or trying to get a free product or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And so this here goes that this article here is particularly about Chicago, but Uber and Lyft claim deactivations are the company's response to concern raised by customers, but too often good responsible drivers who are innocent are unfairly fired.
Yeah. Okay?
So that's what it's all about. And basically, I don't really know who it is that's going to do this, but the article goes about Chicago can fix this injustice with a new ride-hail drivers ordinance from, and what is ALD? I don't know what that means. Anyways, Susan Sadlowski Garza, I'm sure it's some kind of a political term. This legislation would protect 30,000 drivers by guaranteeing the right to appeal these bans and put power back in the hands of workers. So what they would really be is an extra layer of protection between Uber and Lyft and us.
Yeah.
Where we could raise that to them, and I would assume it would work both ways, so that Uber and Lyft, if they got a notice, then now they would report it to this in between layer,
like
and
a mediator,
exactly, and say, hey, hey, Jason, he had, somebody reported saying that they didn't like Jason and now they want him off the platform, whatever. And then this mediation service can go out and figure it out. And what they're proposing is for an additional 10 cents per ride, which could pay all this. It could pay for the mediation service and a security for the drivers if they were temporarily taken off the platform, that would then pay for some of their lost wages in the meantime while this is going on.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think that where's the line between, and again, this is the whole thing we talk about all the time too, is, okay, so we are independent contract workers.
Yep.
Right. And so something like this, what does that do to that? Does it change our status as independent contract workers? Or what? It doesn't have to be, right? Maybe it's a service we can sign up for. Maybe it's a service we can say, hey, yes, I am willing to spend 1 cent of every ride of mine to get this layer built into it.
Well, I think that's, if it's not being provided by Uber,
right,
then I think it doesn't violate that independent.
But it would only work if Uber or Lyft would say, yes, okay, we're gonna respect that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But that's where I'm always torn. Like, I want that protection, but I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pro protection, but I'm not pro, I don't want to be employee. I want to still do my own thing. Like, it's all about, I think it boils down to all about flexibility. Because, I mean, I hate saying we're independent contractors, because I really don't believe that, because we don't get to make our own prices. You know what I mean? It's a hybrid.
So actually, the next article that I'm talking about, bringing up another little aspect about, and you're right, it's a hybrid, because we don't pay for our own insurance.
Right. Yeah.
Uber and Lyft does.
Yeah. So that's why I think these people pushing for employment, like W-2, they do have a case. I mean, it's.
Oh, sure.
I mean, they really do. And Uber's been skirting the law, or skirting the line of it, just being like, well, we're a technology company.
But this here is one more reason as to why Uber and Lyft doesn't want it. They want to they want to be able to do what the hell they want.
I know. But even if they, so, hypothetically, it works. Uber and says yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a he said, she said anyways. Unless you have dash cam footage, it's still going to be, even with that mediator, what are they going to say that you couldn't say? Yeah, I didn't do this. Well, the customer said you did. Do you have a dash cam? No. Well, then they're going to take the customer side.
Exactly. And no matter what, you should always have a dash cam.
Yeah, because then the mediating would work. It'd be like, here, mediator, here's my dash cam footage.
Here's the proof.
Do you see any of that went on? Here's the rider. Right. And then Uber would be like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
But then at that point, what you could also say, okay, yeah, you can use the mediation service, but here's the requirements of being able to use the mediation service, one which you have to have a dash cam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways of doing that.
Yeah.
But I think at the bottom line is Uber and Lyft have no interest in more control.
Oh, no.
They don't want any of that. They want to be able to make all the rules and decide on everything.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Every company wants to do.
Yep.
So before Spirit was talking about speeding, I'm going to jump ahead in the rundown. So I wanted to save this screenshot. So we were talking, I don't know when it was.
It was the day after I got that notice.
Okay, he goes, and Jesper sent a message, and if you have Telegram and you see the number or the words, if you have premium, you can actually get it transcribed. Although with Jesper's, it's touch and go. It's like 2 out of 10 is actually correct. But he says, I just spent 20 minutes in the front of the mirror, and I'm saying I will not speed, I will not speed, I will not speed, and then I wrote, LOL, that's going on the show. But it's true though, because like Jesper worries, and he is on. You are on Lyft, right?
I'm on Lyft. I just haven't taken a Lyft ride.
So you're active, like you could throw it on.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. I've been online several times.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because
it was so slow. I actually kicked it on, but I didn't get a ride there either.
Oh my gosh. I was wondering because I thought I was online like when I first started back with Lyft, and they're like, "Oh, we have to do your background check." Like I did everything, but they waited till I actually clicked online before they would pay for the background check.
I've gone online.
Okay,
yeah. Last Friday, it was like.
Yeah. Oh God. Turn lift on. That's how you know desperate it is. All right, so this next one is a TikTok. A DoorDasher confronts a woman, says she didn't get her order. Mark kind of did a little investigating on this, and he said that the driver or the dasher still got deactivated and the person got kicked off the platform. Initially, when I watched it, the follow-up was he did not get out. So I don't know what the actual truth is, but we'll watch a little bit. It's almost 3 minutes, but you'll get the gist of it, and I'm sure you've probably seen it, but here we go.
Excuse me, is Chris still on the clock?
Who?
Chris K?
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Do you know what office you're looking at?
There she is. Hello. So you didn't get the DoorDash order?
I'm sorry.
You didn't get the
Oh,
DoorDash
she
order
knows.
from earlier?
As soon as she walked up.
Oh, yeah.
Currently, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
She even saw you with the food. I mean, you guys have cameras here. You said the order never
Her
arrived.
coworker ratted her out.
What do you mean? So why does it say that the customer says the order never arrived?
I don't know.
And he wasn't going to be.
Okay.
I didn't.
They couldn't make it for him. And then
Like, were you just trying to get free food and put my job on the line?
Didn't do anything.
Her sweatshirt says pray more,
We have to
worry
figure
less.
something out because it says that the customer says the order never arrived, and I got a contract violation.
Gotcha.
I'm an independent contractor,
Yeah, it's with
Okay.
Carrie, the
so that puts my job at risk.
assistant.
So what?
The physician's
So
assistant.
we're gonna have
Carrie.
to call DoorDash support off your phone because I wasn't the one that said the order never arrived.
Your address
It's an on your side of things. What?
I did it online, but
I don't.
it didn't.
It doesn't just randomly happen magically. You have to get a hold of DoorDash support directly to say that the order never arrived.
She's like
Okay.
tearing
It's a
up.
shared phone, so it might be
Yeah, I have a
something that
United
somebody
It's a
else
shared
might
phone.
me. I would have to talk to them.
I know. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
we're gonna.
Currently at work.
Yeah, I'm currently at work too, and now my job's at risk because of. I don't know. She said your boyfriend's name is Chris. She said she saw you with the food. So you got the food earlier,
You
right?
down here, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, she admitted it.
Like I said,
Yeah, first
I
you-
didn't do anything.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well,
I could have used the wrong card and he refunded
it
because
wasn't.
He thought
It wasn't. You
I
can't
know.
refund it. It's
What's
you.
your last name?
now she's just
You
coming up with excuses.
reported the order as never arrived.
I like the
There's
lady
no
next to her's
refund
business
about
as
that.
usual. She's
Well, she has to be.
Well, maybe, I mean, there is a refund if you don't get your order, I think, for your food. But that's the point of that is people don't get, like, my job's at risk. I can't just give you free food and sweep it under the rug. Like, it's not how it works. Like, I have a job, too. I have 5 kids I got to feed. Like, it's not.
I get
I actually have no kids, he says.
So, I mean,
Well, I understand. So can we pull the phone out and figure out?
Can't do it
Yeah,
right now.
let's.
Anyways, first of all, why didn't that woman? If I was her, I would have just walked away.
Right.
I mean, she admitted that she got the food,
Right.
and so I don't know.
But the big thing here is, I mean,
I love it when dashers do this. By the way, you probably
I
are going
know.
to get deactivated because the shit went. I have to look at the original one, but it was like
so the dasher got deactivated.
that's what Mark said. I didn't do my own investigation. I
Okay.
just going about what he had said, but
The biggest thing though is it's like just fucking don't do that. Right?
don't get it.
It's just
well, the whole thing with the stupid banana scam too. Like, if y'all would work on just doing regular, honest work, you'd probably make more money than trying to scam people.
right.
I mean,
just leave and go get your own food if you don't want to pay for it.
it's probably one of those things where, you know, she saw it on a DoorDash or a TikToker say, this is how you get free food or
Right.
whatever. But clearly she,
And she was all excited that it worked, and then she had a free sandwich or whatever. And now she's like, "Oh, fuck.
yeah, I'm gonna mute this. Where the comments were like, her face immediately screamed she was guilty. I wish DoorDash people could rate the customers so they never get food again.
right."
Someone's calling that she's fat. Well, it's just kind of rude, but yeah, I looked at the comments to see if I could see any update, but what was it? Oh, it's got 96,000 comments. 96.
That's another side of it. Don't you guys have something else to do than watch these stupid TikTok
Yeah, and
videos?
96,000 comments? I mean, Jesus. Anyways,
Yeah.
so that was fun.
That was fun.
Ooh, that was a nice neck noise you got
I know.
there.
I'm good with those noises today.
All right. And we already.
So
Oh, yep. Oh, this is you. Yep. I forgot you got all the
I
articles.
gave myself all the articles tonight. This one here goes. It's very, very good. It goes, Uber drivers strike during Taylor Swift concert. That's the right one, right?
Yep.
Okay, I was going to say, you look like you was like, oh, you're moving ahead. No, I'm not.
Nope, you're good.
So one of the 3 biggest nights for Tampa Bay rideshare drivers in a while, thanks to Taylor Swift, Uber drivers are turning off their ignitions and closing out of their Uber driver apps. Dun, 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 dun. We're the ones doing the driving. We are the ones here late at night busting our butts. How are you getting more than us? I mean, we've been through this 100 times, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Louis Cosme, or whatever his name is, has been driving for Uber for 9 years and says Uber is taking more and more of his paycheck. If you do a ride to Sarasota, they are giving us $19 and they take $38. We used to get $90 to $80, $80 to $90. Well, that may have been back in the olden days, golden days for Uber.
The first day on the app.
Yeah. I mean, things have changed, right?
For sure.
So, and again, all I can say is, then don't drive.
Right.
I mean, I know it sounds, and yeah, maybe, I don't know. This whole battle about, I wish people would just forget it. I mean,
So
okay, so should Uber get that much? I don't know. Is it wrong, right, wrong, whatever? Yes, probably is wrong. But
it's not wrong. They own their own business. They can do whatever they want.
Absolutely.
It just would be nice
it's
if
capitalism 101.
I know. It just would be nice if they wouldn't be as greedy as they are.
Right.
That's the problem.
Well, and I think the problem is also that they're becoming increasingly negative.
Yes.
Like all the drivers, or everybody who's working for Uber, using the Uber platform, they're creating a negative culture. Uber is.
Yeah.
And Lyft is too, by the way.
Yeah.
Because Lyft is like losing the battle and going belly up.
Again, I don't even know
But
how they're still a platform.
Who knows? And I wonder if they were actually creating a positive culture, if it would be a whole different set of problems they would have to deal with, and it might actually be cheaper for them to run their app because all this BS money they have to spend today battling, I'm sure, all the people trying to misuse the platform.
It's like I talked about Octopus, how they treat the people with a tab like it's a big community. They give away money, they give away prizes, like, I want, but I'm just saying, like, having a different mentality around the people that, quote unquote, I mean, we're working for Octopus because we have the tablet in the car. It just would be nice that they just, there's no sense of community. Now, I don't need Uber to be a community or Octopus or whatever. Like, I have my own community, but it's just nice when the working environment is a little bit more. I mean, Uber, it's all toxic.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's nothing positive. Like, remember how excited we were when they gave us the Subway cookie and drink? Like, just those little things, like, yeah, okay, we're not getting as paid as much, but at least they are acknowledging that they appreciate us working. And somebody will say, well, the money is appreciative enough. But that's the problem. It keeps going down. Like, if it's going to keep going down, or you're going to slash or surge or whatever, like, give us something. Give something to be look forward to. I dread going to work.
But don't you think, and this is the other side of it, don't you think that if you were paid more, they would also make more money because you would use the platform more? I mean, it's a basic financial principle.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know if they act. I mean, okay, they say they're not profitable, but if they stop the ROI, like if they stopped it today, May 1st, they're done spending on ROI, they would be so profitable. They'd be so profitable.
Oh, you mean
sorry, not
you're talking about
like investing money
research
into
and development.
Yeah,
yeah.
R&D. Sorry, not return on investment. They would have return on their investment though, but what I'm saying is they would be profitable. So what I think about is how much are they really that razor thin margins?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Could they increase the pay a little bit and still be fine?
Oh, absolutely. It's all a number on a piece of paper, of course.
Exactly.
Lots of people is making tons of money on Uber.
Well, I mean, I look at like TVs, right?
Right.
The margins are razor thin on there. They can't do much more. They make a little bit of money
right
on those. But is Uber the same way?
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that they have no interest in looking like they're making money on paper at all.
It's so weird, though.
Why? Then they have to start paying more money out to the
On taxes.
all the
stockholders.
Stockholders, yeah.
But eventually that will come to an end. People will just be.
Until then, they're having having a good run.
Yeah, I mean,
we all know that at some point, self-driving cars is going to kill it. Let's just have this run while we can.
I guess it's just frustrating.
Oh, and it is. I just wish all the people who are just bitching about it just stop bitching and then do something else.
Well, yeah, So what am I supposed to do?
Stop bitching and do something else.
Going back to the strike, though, I'm not a big strike guy as far as that, but I think it can be effective for big shows like this.
Oh, sure.
I really do. But the problem is everyone has to do it throughout the country. Do it at every Taylor Swift show. Uber's going to take notice.
Well, and if not Taylor Swift will.
Taylor Swift.
If Taylor Swift, did I say Swift?
You did.
If Taylor Swift gives them a phone call, maybe they'll actually listen.
Well, that's my point. Like, make it uncomfortable for somebody else other than Uber, and then maybe like, yo, what are we doing here?
So the cool thing is, and let's go back to the article, is that they had more than 100 drivers actually gathered and decided not to drive at all. They gathered at a lot near Tampa International Airport, 2 miles from the concert, and say they were not driving. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, again, I don't think they work. If you're just going to be like, this weekend we're not going to do it. No, it has to be intentional. Like at a concert, like Taylor Swift is the biggest name in the world, by the way. In the world. Right. And all of a sudden you're not going to drive at her concerts. Like, people are going to notice that. Maybe not 100 drivers. No. But all of them in a city, like imagine in just Chicago or Detroit, and they're like, no, we're not driving.
Imagine that Taylor Swift was here in Grand Rapids and no drivers drove. How to get those people away from downtown?
I mean, you'd be screwed.
I know.
And I don't know if you would have to do it multiple times. One time it wouldn't work. But I am a proponent of that. I mean, I would do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's so bad now anyways. It's like, who gives a fuck? So one day I don't make money, I'll just go out the next day.
But the problem is somebody would.
I know. That is the problem.
And they would make a killing.
They'd only make a little bit. Because you can only do what you can do in the ride. You can only make...
True.
I mean, even in the busiest times, we never saw a surge over $20 lately. Like, when's the last time you've seen a surge over $20?
And that is true. But still, we all know when I drive a weekend, I make good money.
Yeah, because you're fucking comfort, bitch.
No, but
an XL.
But okay. But I'm just saying it's not horrible for everybody. I mean, or if it was, people would stop driving.
That's true. You're right. It can be done if you play their game. It can be done.
Absolutely. But you have to play that game. I agree with that.
Yeah. So moving on, Octopus tablet. We talked about it earlier. Just this is a great company. They
still trying to get mine.
Yeah, you say that, but
I've called support twice,
and they haven't called you back.
No, but it's on me. I mean, we'll have to figure it out.
Why do you blame? Like you always.
I blame myself.
Why do you do that?
I don't want to be bad to them. You know, it's a good company.
Hey, it works for me.
No, that's the thing. I want it to work for me.
I'll get to the bottom of it. I'll email them because I'm a 1K winner now, so I got some clout.
Yeah, some clout.
But anyways, click the link in the description, get your tablet, and start making some extra money. $100 extra a month, which is great. You get more tips. People love it. The drunk people, of course. They have contests all the time. Last weekend, if a button popped up and your rider pushed it, you were entered in a chance to win a oh boy, that's not good. That's not good. What the fuck? And have they returned your call, Larry? And maybe we should stop talking about them.
No.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, no, it's funny.
I definitely want one for me. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's like Larry, that's all he does is ride. I mean, I guess he does a little food delivery, but like, why aren't you calling Larry back?
I know.
All right, we can't talk shit about him anymore. No, I that is weird that they haven't returned calls.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, have you guys tried to email? I get email responses back right away. I've never called them.
I've not tried.
Like, why do you have the number if you're not going to call people back?
Well, there was that, but that's how when you try to log in. I honestly think that my problems is because I had I had an account for way back.
I think I had issues too when I was trying to get my.
And yeah, it's connected to your phone number, so I can't do anything else.
That's the problem.
I can't really get another account. So,
Yeah.
anyways, let's move on to the next one, which is again an article that about. I get that. This is actually a pretty bad article, obviously, but this one goes that Florida man 38 accused of kidnapping DoorDash driver in her 20s and raping her, then firing shots at victims' families members after they tracked her phone and showed up to rescue her. Obviously, a horrible thing. Basically, female DoorDasher got kidnapped and raped, and then her family members tracked her phone and went to the apartment complex where he was, where they were, and he saw that and he shot after them. But the good news is that the police were able to pick him up the Monday after, and he is today in jail, if you will, and he is what is it? Hang on, there was 3 things that he is in jail for, or whatever, and hopefully that he will stay away for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna jump into my article too that you've seen a lot.
Yep.
That this let me go back down to it because I skipped around. This guy in Florida ended up killing an Uber Eats driver too, and dismembering his body.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy was like part of a gang, and I don't know what was up with it, but like, thank God, Uber tracks your location. I mean, it didn't save him, but they knew exactly where it was. And I don't know what the guy was like a career criminal. 6'4", 315 pounds, by the way.
I would say that's probably not the first person he has dismembered.
Yeah. Oh God, that's scary. Yeah. Who just does that? You know what I mean? Like this guy's face, he's like completely tatted all over his face. And it says, he faces charges of murder while engaged in a robbery, failure to register as a convicted felon, and for a parole violation. So he had been serving 4 years for assault and burglary. I can't say that word. Say it, burger.
I can't say it.
Say it. Come on. Burglary.
Just move on.
No, it's funny. It's funny. This is a
burglary.
No. Burglary.
Burglary.
You got it.
I know.
Nice
burglary.
job. Oh my gosh. It's a hard word to say. But anyways, piece of shit. And again, we always go back to safety. Like, there's nothing you can do with that. That's a straight cold-blooded, like, you just take the risk. There was an Instacart driver. I don't have the article for that last week. They got shot at because they pulled in the wrong driveway. It's like, who the fuck's firing a gun off because someone pulls in their driveway? Like, some of these laws in like Florida, it's like a stand your ground law.
Right. Yep.
You can do that. And like, if you killed them because they were on your property, you don't get in trouble.
What?
Yes. Because you felt threatened and they were on your property.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was just turning around my vehicle.
Right? I mean, it's stand your ground law. And I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but like in Michigan, they have to be like, even if they're in your house and you shoot them in the back, you could be charged. Like, they have to be actively coming at you, which I don't like that. I like the balance of if they're in my house, they're dead meat. I don't care if they're running away or not. You know what I mean? But it's that's the problem. The gun law says, oh, yeah, I can shoot anyone that comes down on my property.
Okay. But
not Michigan.
But even if it was like that, you wouldn't shoot just for pulling into your driveway.
No, why is that threatening? Yes, if they're trying to kick down my door, maybe, but like, okay, they got the wrong house. Sorry, he's next door. Like, what are we doing here?
And by the way, pop.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's like, it's just too crazy. But yeah, no.
People need to calm their tits.
But it does bring up this whole aspect about, of course, what do we do? How do we make it safer for us to do this?
I don't think
stuff?
you can. I just think that's part of the gig.
Right.
Which is crazy because it's not like you're making 6 figures doing this. If I still do it. Right. I mean, I feel like we live in a relatively safe area. I mean, shit does happen. Shit goes down. But I mean, I wouldn't deliver in inner city Chicago or Detroit or any of those areas. Or maybe in the day I would, but not at night. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, It's just sketch. But like, I think that's just the risk you take. I don't know what else anyone could do.
So, I mean, I say this all the time. I don't know that I would be a rideshare driver if anything more than Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I heard many a time people who drive in Detroit, they pack, right? They always have their gun on. It's like, no, there's no way I would have a job where I have to, and this is on me. It's just me.
No.
I wouldn't want to have a job where I had to carry a gun.
Well, and make so little too.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Risk, usually reward comes with risk. You're risking, so you should get rewarded a lot more. They're making the same money we are in a safer community, and they're like the risk of getting. I mean, it could happen here, though. I mean, someone could get in your car and put a gun in the back of your head. Like, it could happen.
Absolutely.
But
the chance of it here, though, I like to think is less.
I would say statistically it is less, but I still like to keep my head on a swivel.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? And not get too relaxed. But again, going back to your original question, what are we supposed to do? I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, you just don't drive.
Right.
But these are delivery drivers.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Nothing you can do. And I don't think the apps can do anything more. I mean.
Well, they can do one thing.
Okay.
Right? But it's never going to happen.
Well, but it's good to speculate.
They can require background checks also of the other side.
But that doesn't. But yeah, I guess. But I mean, so you mean of riders or like
of riders of people who order the app? Yeah.
Oh God, no! It's like you're in your own fucking house and you got to get background. I mean,
no, but it's a one-time deal, right?
Yeah,
if you want to use this.
Yeah, but I mean, then I could commit a crime the next day, and then they never background check me again.
No, I know.
That's dumb. You're dumb. Hey, I gave you the caveat.
Okay, I'm dumb.
No, you're not, because I gave you the caveat. It doesn't matter. Just say it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
No,
I mean,
yeah. No, but I mean, yeah.
It's not feasible. No one's going to do that.
Oh, I know it's not feasible.
It's like I needed to get a background check before I go to Lowe's. Like, I mean, that's literally what you're asking. Kind of.
I think that'd be okay.
Or someone's delivering you a dishwasher and they're like, oh, by the way, we do charge $40 for a background check just to make sure you're not a serial killer when you deliver it. Don't worry. In 50 years, it's going to be like, what is that pre-crime show, Minority Report? They're going to know what you're going to do anyways. So is that too far-fetched?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I think it's true. I mean, in 50 years, we also all going to be tracked by a chip under our skin. So
I'd sign up for that.
Absolutely, in a heartbeat.
If I can pay,
I don't have anything to hide.
If I can pay with just some chip in my wrist, I'd do it.
Did you know there's a company in Sweden who actually did that, not to pay, but to security? So to get into their business, they put a little chip under the skin here.
Yeah, and
it worked.
I'd be worried about infection.
But there was lawsuits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's somebody sued because of whatever.
Well, they didn't make them get it, did they?
If you want to be employed by the company, you have to have it.
Oh, well, yeah, you're getting sued. Should be optional. Oh, my gosh. Janet, picture of the customer. I mean, that guy that killed that dismembered, I mean, if you saw a picture of that guy, you'd be like, oh, fuck. Well, but then that's the judgment.
Yeah. And then this is the whole reason why they removed the name of the on Uber platform. They removed the name of the person at one point.
Yeah, but I get it. But like people take me for a right-leaning Republican, and I'm not, because it's the way I look, right? Like it shouldn't be that way. But I think as humans, we judge just what we see.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just a reality. But it would be a good start. But again, I think people would be discriminatory, which is
they're going to be anyways.
We can't have nice things.
No, we cannot have nice things.
I just want to talk a little bit about DoorDash, and we'll probably wrap it up, and we're going to go to Patreon in a little while. We got a bunch of other stuff we didn't get to, but we'll put this dumbass thing up there. Jesper had to look at this fucking thing. Jesper's on Wish.com. Was this on Wish?
It was on eBay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Because it looks like, it is on eBay. But what were you searching for to get that?
No, I don't know why it came up.
Were you searching for furry stuff?
I don't know.
Anyways, for the audience listeners, and it's very expensive, by the way, $48. It's basically, I mean,
genuine Australian sheepskin fur.
Yeah. Yeah, you really think that's sheepskin? And it's hot pink, and you put it in your car. I mean, it looks cozy as hell. I'm not gonna lie, it looks super comfortable. I was in that car today for like 8 hours. Like that would have been nice and cozy, especially in the winter. A little sticky in the summer. Gonna get a little funk smell going in that thing. Can you imagine getting in the back of an Uber and having it covered like this? You're like, okay, someone definitely had sex on this thing.
No comment.
No comment, he says. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't help but love that when I saw
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Somebody had to buy that for me.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll get it for your birthday next year. Anyways, just want to talk about DoorDash a little bit. Like, I've been super frustrated, and I have gotten on a little bit this week, even though this week's been a hard week for gig work. I have been able to get on, but it's only like an hour at a time. They only give me an hour. So like, oh, it's busy. So you usually hit that, and it only gets, so they're like, oh, it's only till 9:30, and this was at 8:30, or it was only till 10:30. This is 9:30, but like, you know what an hour is. I don't need to explain it. But my point is like, it's just been hard to get on, and it's not just here. I've heard that all over the country. So it really makes me think that DoorDash is pushing for the top dasher. They want you to be the top dasher. That's the only, because once you're a top dasher, you can go on anytime. You don't even have to schedule. Anytime, 24 hours a day, you can go on. So that leaves the question.
But why wouldn't they prioritize their best workers?
I mean, I don't mind that.
Right.
But am I saying what switched a couple of months ago where that I was able to get on anytime during dinner time? So let's say 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., 11 to 1, and like 5 to 7. Doesn't matter if I scheduled. I would open the app and it would say busy, and I'd hit dash now. Can't do that anymore.
Well, it's probably a mix of things, right?
Could be.
I mean, less people ordering.
Saturation of the market.
Right. More drivers, and then maybe they're actively trying to push drivers to become top dashers.
But I don't want to be a top dasher, Jesper. That means I have to accept $2.50 orders.
I know.
I mean, you can be a top dasher and be 85% acceptance rate, but like mine's 50, and that's good. I took some shit today. I was like, all right, let's see how many. I'm going to take whatever I get. And one of them, I couldn't do it. It was $2.50 for like 7 miles. I'm like, I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. But I took like a $4.50 one, $6 one for like 8 miles. Like, and it did go up, but this is like, so I did sign up to get my statistics reset for May 1st.
Okay.
So we'll see. Then I start out at 100%. And we'll go from there.
How quickly it dropped down to 50 again?
Well, I mean, if I want to do it, I'm going to have to. I mean, I don't know. I just been frustrated with it, and like, I guess it's like before this happened, I was like, oh, okay, Uber's not busy, but I can always DoorDash. Right. I was like, I can always DoorDash. But
actually, there is one. Can you? On that note, there is one. I think we have time for it.
Okay.
There is one more thing. Let's see. It's the last. Yeah, so the changes to the acceptance and cancellation rates. So on that same note, it used to be 500 trips on Uber.
Yeah.
Right, and so they're lowering that to 200 trips, which obviously is going to have the same effect. It's going to, you're going to get a more accurate rating, if you will, but it's also going to switch more. I mean, there was one night, it was the funniest thing. So I only drive every weekend. Right, pretty much.
Every other, I would say.
I drive during the weekend. I don't ever drive during the week.
Right.
And one weekend my rating was like sucked. Right. When I locked down the next weekend, it was back to normal. It was like the switch.
Yeah.
Because
something dropped off.
Well, exactly. I had like a whole week's worth of whatever, and obviously I had a week where I had like a lot of rides that I canceled, and they dropped off. They all dropped off, and so all of a sudden my rating was good again.
Does it still show the amount of bad ratings you have? Because I have a 4.96 on Uber, and it says I have 4 1-stars.
Yeah, it says I have 2 1-stars and 2 4-stars, and the rest is all 5-stars. So.
Yeah, I have a variety of stuff, but my point is when it quote unquote drops off, does the star go away, or does it still show up but your rating goes up? Does that make sense?
No, but that's not the. I mean, It's the other one. It's where your pro status. That it's your acceptance rating and your cancellation rating that changes.
Oh, you said your rating went up.
Well, that was sorry. It's my acceptance rating that went up.
No, but this isn't talking about that. This is like the 500 one.
It's the acceptance and cancellation rates.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it literally says that. But I mean, okay, so yeah, okay. For this, you're right. It says that. I was like arguing with you. But I mean, you know what I mean? I wish I had my app. I would show what I was talking about.
I know what you mean. You're talking
where it
about
says my rating, like
right.
4.96, and
You're
it'll
talking
say,
about that,
and
yes.
it says that I thought it was that the top
I
500.
think it's all of it. I think that and the other one is 500. Right?
Yeah, it says starting
500.
starting May 22, we'll calculate your acceptance and cancellation based on the last 200 trips. This change looks to make your rates more predictable and won't affect your Uber Diamond cash reward eligibility or payouts for the 2-1-430.
So basically, it won't change for this one. It'll change for next one.
Yeah.
So
will it make it harder or better?
Well, it depends on how often you drive, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I just know that when I have my X on, I cancel every other ride. When I do XL and Comfort only, I take every ride.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you?
Well, and it's great for my rating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because for a while there, you were going to try to get that bonus, weren't you?
Oh, my God. Yes, but then I had that
then you
weekend
did the bonus.
with the 70 rides. I had to take everything. Oh,
yeah, that's not worth
that's
it.
a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And on that note.
On that note, we'll wrap this bitch up. Well, we are going to go Patreon at 9:15, maybe a little earlier. I schedule it for 9:15, but we may go earlier. But I'd love for you to join us, patreon.com/the GiggyCon podcast. We're going to talk about the Uber mentorship program. Oh boy,
which is actually interesting too.
And we're going to talk about eliminating surge. I literally title it "No More Surges," and we didn't talk. Okay, we got to talk about it on this episode. I can't do that.
No,
we'll do a little longer. The New York Attorney General, is this mine anyways? It's yours. I don't give a shit. By May 1st, to tell the AG James to leave surge pricing alone, New York State Attorney General has proposed a new rule that would effectively end surge pricing for New York drivers by eliminating rideshare companies like Uber's ability to charge surge. So this year is actually it's a news item that's showing up in your app, right? Yeah.
And this is where the fun part at the end, it says remember, it says, we know surge is an incredibly important aspect of your earnings. It ensures you're paid extra when you step up to help riders during times of bad weather, less desirable times of day, or during high demand events like concerts and sporting events. So basically, don't vote for this because you're gonna lose a shit ton of money.
Yeah, well, I don't know why somebody would.
Right.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It's probably it's a New York thing because they have that hybrid model,
right?
The hourly rate and stuff like that. But
yep, and they actually have. I mean, they also have. We were in Washington, and I shared that with you, so we could do Uber and Lyft. But they also have another app. They have. I learned later that they actually have a different cab company that has an app, and you can hail them by an app. I forget what the name of it is, but it was half the price of Uber at the time.
Well, that's the funny thing. All these taxis, they never got on board. They're just like, we're fucking mad. We're not going to do it. And finally, somebody clearly in Washington was like, no, we're just going to get our own app, and we're going to compete.
Right.
You know what I mean? And be better or whatever.
Well, it was fine.
Was it a car? But did it have like glass like a taxi or not?
Well, it had big stickers on the side of the car.
Yeah, but when you got inside, was it like a normal car?
Yeah.
It didn't have any dividers or anything? Because in my head, when I think of New York, I know you weren't in New York, but New York City cabs, it's like
just like a sedan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, I mean, it was obviously a company car because of the big stickers on the outside. So but it was nice.
Interesting. I don't know why it would be cheaper than Uber. Or is it just because Uber was surging?
I'm sure Uber was surging at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.